I just played this game for the first time like 3 hours ago. Wow. I saw a factory strider. It was an experience. Generic intro into that goes me here, back with another video, and today we're doing something a little bit random with the Massacre of Malevelon Creek Helldivers 2 by the Templin Institute. I've never seen a video from this channel before. A lot of people were recommending in the comment section of one of my previous MIDI videos where I actually just played Helldivers 2 for the very first time about 3 hours ago on stream. I'll probably upload the VOD on my gaming channel. It was certainly an experience. I did not quite go to the creek, but everybody was talking about the creek. People were saying that the trees were speaking binary. I actually did a couple levels where I fought the boss. I think level 2, I went to some place that chat told me it was like smoked down Malevelon Creek, which is basically similar to it. I saw a strider. I saw a factory strider for the first time ever. Never saw that thing before. Saw it. I killed it with an airstrike. This game's insane. I'm level 5. I'm in love. I'll be streaming it probably on Wednesdays with my friends, maybe viewers. Definitely stop by for that. I need all the help I can get as I'm literally level 5, but I want to play this game so much, and it's really enjoyable. It's a short video. Hopefully Templin Institute is okay with reaction videos. The top link in the description is of course going to be to the original video, so you can stop by there and show them some love. But this is going to be me learning about Malevelon Creek because everybody's like, are you a veteran? And are you a veteran? It's the thing. I think it's going to be around forever, and I can't wait to see what they do with the future of Helldivers 2. And I'm really excited to jump into this video. Shout out to the patrons. They get all the videos there early. $3 a month get you all my reaction videos there early. I do this all myself, all the recording, all the editing, every single thumbnail, and I read every single one of your comments. I read over 50,000 comments last year. So, and also uploaded over 900 videos. But let's go ahead and jump into the Massacre of Malevelon Creek. Okay. I just played this game for the first time like 3 hours ago. Wow. I saw a factory strider. It was an experience. I'll probably upload VOD in the gaming channel, but I'll be probably streaming it next Wednesday. Or tomorrow. This video should be going live on Tuesday. But yeah, no, it's
The Helldiver Corps is aptly named. Its soldiers drop feet first into the deadliest theaters of war that
like
Super
the
Earth
creek
has to offer. Frozen tundras where biting winds strips flesh from bone.
I'm sorry, what?
Barren wastes where the air itself ignites in the blazing sun.
What?
And ancient forests so dark and deep that liberty itself cannot escape its winding trails. The Helldivers have dropped into 1,000 different hells.
Only 1,000?
It was inevitable that one among them
What's
would
the name
reach
of
out
your
to
ship,
leave
by the way?
first
I read
blood
every
mark
comment.
on the legacy of the Corps
Mine's
itself.
Father
And in the
of
Severing
Judgment.
Sector, in the first year of the Galactic War, one world awaited its rendezvous with death and history. One world would become a battlefield of endless jungles, where ones and zeros echoed through the tattered leaves,
The
and
trees
the horizon
speak binary.
flashed with deadly neon. One world where the
don't like fighting
streams
the
ran
bots.
red with the blood of patriots. There are 1,000 different hells in the galaxy.
Uh-huh.
There is only one, Malevelon Creek.
That's the one that
In the early
everyone
days
knows.
of the Galactic War, as the Helldiver Corps spearheaded the Super Earth offensive across the galaxy, a sense of overconfidence had permeated throughout its ranks.
Okay, I'm actually getting some lore of the
opening
game.
battles against the insectoid Terminants on the worlds of Heath and Angel's Venture had been extremely promising, and the Corps eagerly expected to extend the offensive across the whole of the neighboring Umlaut sector.
What was it, Element 710 or
Amidst the
something? Which
excitement of this initial
supposed to be
campaign,
oil.
the first reports from the distant automaton front, centered in the Severing sector, were almost entirely overlooked.
Oh.
The Helldivers mobilized there reported especially brutal fighting on one world that acted as the gateway to the rest of the sector. The planet was known as Malevelon Creek.
Uh-huh.
It was a primordial world of dense alien jungles, twisting, slender trees and thick ferns with spiky fronds, all blanketed under an
What are they gonna
ethereal
do
blue-tinged
in the
mist
future with the
that turned
creek?
the horizon into a haunted soup of moving shapes
Oh,
and shifting
oh
shadows.
no.
There was no day or night on Malevelon Creek, only an eerie twilight that persisted on the edge of both.
Oh.
Tens of thousands of Helldivers had already perished on the planet.
Only
even
tens of
as their
thousands?
frantic reports and pleas for reinforcements were dismissed as exaggerations and panic-induced overreactions. The Super Earth High Command, fresh off the capture of Heath, was reluctant to pull resources away from the
I like how
advancing terminal front,
real this
and
feels.
so the initial defenders of Malevelon Creek were forced to endure some of the most intense fighting of the war in almost complete isolation. Gradually,
That's
however,
not good.
as tales of the fighting began to spread across the galactic wide web, the extent of the emerging disaster on Malevelon Creek became more widely known.
Will anything, like,
Helldiver
amount
reinforcements
to the
flooded
creek?
into the Severin sector, but rather than shoring up the front's crumbling defenses, their arrival only deepened the chaotic nature of the battle. The arrivals were all veterans of the Terminid campaigns, but against a
And then they got
fundamentally
thrown into
different
the
kind
creek.
of enemy. They found their tactics and strategies hopelessly outmoded and ineffective.
Yeah.
Veterans of 100 drops.
They're wild.
Helldivers who had held the line against overwhelming waves of razor-clawed arachnids were now effortlessly blasted into a bloody mist by advanced weaponry,
Yeah.
or crushed from above
Dot
by
flare.
dropships loaded with strange machines. They were relentlessly, mercilessly pressed from all sides, hammered by mortars, tanks, and brutally effective fighting socialists.
Were you at the creek?
The
Please.
automatons prepared defensive positions.
Dude, I saw a
laid
tank. A
mines,
tank almost ran
and
me
could
over.
quickly redeploy when threatened. No matter how many were cut down by small arms, or reduced to slag from orbital fire, the jungle forever glowed with red lights, piercing through the mist. Casualties skyrocketed, and morale plummeted.
So what exactly made it
Many Helldivers transferred
crazy?
back
Was
to
it like the
Terminid front,
difficulty? Was it
while
the
those that remained on
mission?
Malevelon Creek struggled to counter the immense numbers and devastating tactics of the automatons. Under
Like, what's
severe pressure,
fundamentally
but lacking
different
an
about
effective
it?
strategy, Super Earth High Command focused on establishing a defensive posture, but this could only delay the inevitable. The beachhead established by the Helldivers on the planet eroded day by day, with even the most successful defense unable to shift the momentum of the wider fighting. Yet amongst the Helldivers deployed to the creek, a new cadre of veterans was emerging. Many of its members had fought the automatons since day one, while others had answered the desperate call
That
for
it's
reinforcements.
impressive they survived that
and
long.
refused to leave for easier battlefields once the nature of the fighting had presented itself. Together, the old guard of Malevelon Creek and these new steadfast recruits combined the lessons of both theaters and committed themselves to fighting the battles no one else could.
Yeah, it's a
While
reason
other
why
Helldivers
everybody knows
merely
the
held the
creek.
line,
Everyone who plays this
these
game
warriors
knows of the
advanced
creek.
relentlessly, sometimes by miles, sometimes just inches. They snaked their way through robot-infested swamps day by day, enduring the most terrible of hardships at even the slightest chance to push the line forward.
I really
They
hope
rescued scientists,
the next
collected
time the fight
samples,
for
and
Malevelon.
spread democracy across the creek in 100 other ways.
I really hope they
To
just
them,
turn it up to like
defending
Battle
the
to
world
11.
was not enough. It had to be retaken, and there could be no substitute for what the fight required. They wore the shattered gears and sensors of slain automatons as grim trophies, their faces smeared with oil as they immersed themselves in the silicon viscera of the enemy. They came to be known as the Creek Crawlers.
Creek? Was that true? I thought it was just Creek
Units like
veterans.
the Creek Crawlers and others that made a name for themselves during the fighting turned their struggle into a great propaganda effort. The Creek was elevated to an almost mythical status, a place where a Helldiver could test their mettle and prove themselves. But in an ironic twist so common in war, the symbolic value of the planet would be the primary cause of its fall.
It's almost
So
like
desperate
the
was Super
jewel.
Earth to liberate Malevelon Creek that other, equally important worlds were overlooked. When the automatons established beachheads on Mantas and Draupnir, they threatened to cut off access to the entire Severin sector. In at least 2 instances, the creek was isolated from further reinforcements. as
Really?
neighboring worlds were lost, only to be hastily reinforced as fierce Super Earth counterattacks worked to keep these planets contested.
What's
But
what's
in each
special?
case,
Why
far
are
too many Helldivers
they just?
are committed solely to the
Is
creek,
there resources
while
there?
the worlds that made the fighting there possible shriveled on the vine. In orbit of the planet, the fighting was every bit as intense, as thousands of super destroyers struggled to maintain the corridors into the sector while providing support to forces on the ground. Their ability to accomplish the latter was increasingly stymied by severe ion storms,
Oh yeah.
turning what was already a deadly battlefield into a slaughter.
We dropped into a bot place and it was
The
immediately
planet
being
was
jammed.
soon cut off once again. On February 25th, roughly 2 weeks into the start of the Galactic War,
it's like 2 months
the
ago.
last Helldiver teams on Malevelon Creek were
Or 2.5.
killed, and Super Earth High Command declared the planet fully lost. The fighting moved into the Tsar sector, ending all hope of a quick end to the Automaton War.
Oh.
Complexity and tragedy are inherent to warfare.
So they
It was
completely
inevitable
lost
that
the
at some
creek?
time, on some world,
They had to fight
Super
back for
Earth
it?
would suffer its first defeat. But at the start of the Galactic War, with the universe seemingly ripe for the conquest, even the most pragmatic Helldiver could not have been prepared for what lay ahead.
What is that?
Now, the veil of ignorance has been lifted, the stage is set, and the stakes are clear. Other hells will soon
Don't they
dominate
take
the
the
headlines
creek
of
back?
the galactic wide web. New battlefields that may even eclipse the terrible fighting in the Severin sector. But no matter how fierce the battles or dramatic the campaigns,
This game's
the
awesome.
memory of Malevelon Creek
Isn't it
will
like when you
endure.
die, it's like, oh yeah, you become a
Its
lore?
bloody mark has been left across the whole of the Helldiver core, the whole of Super Earth. It has shaped the souls of those who survived and gifted them their most sacred duty: to carry forward the legacy of those that fell
At
during
the
the
creek.
massacre at Malevelon Creek.
There has to be, somebody has to have like the stats of Malevelon Creek. Like how many people fought in Malevelon Creek? How many casualties were there?
In High Command, the Templin Institute investigates the greatest battles, conflicts, and wars from across alternate worlds.
Oh.
If you've enjoyed this
So
video
that's
and would
literally,
like to join
they
the
do this
Templin
for
Institute,
all games?
Consider pledging to our Patreon
Oh, that's so
page.
cool.
Along with increased security
Helldivers 2
access,
is probably
you'll
a
be able to
gold
vote
mine of
goals to
content for
determine
them.
future topics, get custom wallpaper every week.
Well, I guess there
and receive
actually is a
some
lot
other
of stuff like
exclusive
that.
rewards.
That's actually really neat. Very original, very cool. And the way they presented it is almost like a real, like you could show that somebody has no idea it's a video game and they might think that it's actually like real. That was a really cool video. I understand why so many people requested in the comment section of one of my Smithy videos, which I've been reacting to a couple of Helldivers videos, and I just played for the very first time tonight, a couple hours ago. Had an absolute blast. I'll be probably streaming again this coming up Wednesday or tomorrow. This video should go live on Tuesday. I should be streaming it tomorrow on Wednesday with friends, maybe viewers. I'm not sure. It's going to be crazy. Hopefully, I don't have to go back to the creek. Hopefully, nobody has to go back to the creek, and they can just leave the creek alone. But I look forward to reading your comments. I hope you're subscribed to some of the future videos, and let me know if there's other videos you want me to check out about Malevelon Creek or by the Templin Institute. I would definitely be okay into watching more of those, but I hope you have a wonderful rest today. I hope I made it a tiny little bit better. But until next video, take care and keep the music.